Hey guys, and for today's video, I'm back in my kitchen, but I'm not going to be doing a cooking video. Instead, I'm going to be doing another DIY video, and this DIY is going to be just kind of DIY things you could do with hot glue. So, you're really only going to need a few things for all of the projects, just parchment paper and the glue, the hot glue. So, I'm covering 3 DIYs today. The first one is gonna be a push pin thing where when the push pin has a flatter base like this one and it's sharper, you can put a little bit of glue on it. And then the second one is gonna be 3 different versions of kind of a pendant thing you can make with glue, and then the third one is a 3D emoji keychain one. So the first one I'm going to be showing you is the DIY push pin. So this one could get a little hot, so you're just going to have to work quickly. You're going to put some glue on here, and then it's going to get hot, and then you just kind of stick it down on the paper because the metal is going to get hot. So now for the second one, I'm going to just show you really quickly what it kind of looks like while that's drying. This is the one I did with paint. It's not really done that much, but this is my first attempt with paint, and you can see it's got the paint in the middle, and the paint actually does something really cool, which you'll see. And then I have 2 other attempts here that are drying. This one is with sprinkles actually, and this one is with food coloring. So I'm going to be showing you how to make all 3. So that is the next one. So for the paint one, I just laid out the paints I'm going to be using. I have these 3 acrylic paints. This is Crimson Red, Burnt Sienna, and Vermilion, and I'm just gonna lay them down on the parchment paper. Can't see that really, can you? Okay, I'll just move it up here. There. So I'm just gonna put them down on the parchment paper, kind of close to each other. You could do whatever you want, really, for this one in whatever size you want. Sorry, I'm adjusting this now. This is probably really annoying. So, in whatever size you want and anything, you could do this. I'm just doing it in kind of a little circle thing like this. I'll zoom it in a bit more. Okay, and now that it's like that, you're just gonna kind of create your design. It's kind of like those Instagram videos where they're swirling the paint, except for the Walmart version of it is what I'm doing. So that's as much as I'm gonna swirl it, and now you can kind of see what it's gonna do here. So the paint, you'll see, kind of lifts a bit. I don't know if it's the paint or the parchment paper that's lifting because of the heat, but it kind of lifts up, and you'll see it even better once I peel it. So for the second one, it's gonna be, I'm just doing that one like that because then we're gonna flip it around, and then we're gonna apply the base because of the fact that we had to put the paint down. And so I'm gonna actually just make a quick base for that, and it doesn't have to be to perfect size or anything because you can fill that in. You can fill in the extra little cracks in that after. And so for the second one, I'm going to be doing the sprinkles one. So for that one, you're just going to need really any set of sprinkles that you want, and I'm just gonna take some of these green ones again and put them in the lid here like that, and then we're just gonna take a few in our hand and I'm just gonna lay them down right where I kind of want the design to be. And I think this is cool because usually, you know, they would melt in that and then it would just be like a mess and it wouldn't really look nice. But these ones actually don't melt. You could also do this by like laying down your base first and then putting like the sprinkles in the base, but I like to do it this way and then add on the base later, at least for these two. For the food coloring one though, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. So now I'm just gonna make a quick base for this one. Help this. So now for the food coloring one, I'm gonna start with the base. Hold on, I gotta clean this. So for the food coloring one, I'm laying down the base for the pendant first. And now I messed that up a little bit. Now I'm gonna put in the food coloring. I'm just gonna kind of like set it on top really quick though, because we don't want it to dry and then like the colors won't blend that well. This is kind of like the first time I'm trying it this way, so I think it's gonna work, but like, okay, see? They're kind of blending a bit and you can see them a little better. And then you could kind of like push the glue around and it makes a cool design. This would, of course, look a little bit cooler if I had like put more food coloring down. I just didn't know if it was gonna work. So that is that one. And now we're just gonna let these dry and I will show you what they look like when they're done. So for the final project, I'm gonna show you how to make these, and it's pretty simple, just like the push pin one. It's just you put some glue in the back. You could put some on the front, but I didn't for this one. So you're gonna take a little charm. These are just some emoji charms. And I'm gonna lay down a thing of glue about the size of the back. And we're gonna build it up a little bit. And then I'm gonna take this, drop it on, and you could use your hands, but it's gonna be hot, and just press down to give it kind of like a little platform to sit on. Then you can paint that after and make it like a different color to look like the base still. I would paint this silver, but you could do whatever you want really. So this is the paint one that's finished. As you can see, there's still some paint on the bottom that has, sorry, my hand was covering, that was my left hand. That is not fully dried yet. I hope you could see. The lighting's not the best today. And so I'm just gonna take the base that we made and I'm gonna put some glue around the edge and then we're gonna stick it down. So being very careful though, because this is hot. So we're just gonna stick it around the edge. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put it down onto the one with the paint, and then we could fill in any edges that are like not sticking or like loose in any way. So I'm just filling in kind of the crack between, I'm really hoping, okay, yeah, this is the crack between the paint one and the base. And then you could kind of buff this down later if you don't like how it is or anything. Like if you don't like the shape, you could just use some sandpaper and sand down the edges to make a different shape. It's gonna be a little hard. That's what happened to my other one. That's why it's kind of all like messed up now. But that is an option. So that's it for this video. The final product for all of them are, well, the pendant ones are pretty well the same. Or not the pendant, but the pin and the charm are pretty much the same. But now for the pendants that we made. This is the paint one. Like I said, you can sand them and everything, add like a little chain through them, do whatever you want, like poke a hole or whatever. This is the sprinkles one, which I know you could use like glitter for, but like I couldn't find any glitter. So I use sprinkles because I'm Walmart. And then this is, that was still hot. Okay. This is the food coloring one. It's got kind of like a tie-dye effect going on in some places. So that's the end of this video. Comment what you want to see in the next video. My next video is going to be a Sims video. And I'll see you guys on Saturday. Bye.